Have you ever wondered what it was like to share the planet with another human species? It sounds like science fiction, but for our early ancestors, it was reality. Let's travel back in time, tens of thousands of years, to a world where Homo sapiens weren't the only humans around. Meet our famous cousins, the Neanderthals. For a long time, we pictured Neanderthals as brutish, hunched-over cavemen. But recent discoveries have completely changed that image. These were not primitive beasts. They were intelligent, adaptable, and surprisingly similar to us. They thrived across Europe and Asia for hundreds of thousands of years, surviving ice ages and facing down giant cave bears and woolly mammoths. That takes serious skill. So, what were they really like? Physically, they were built for the cold. They were shorter and stockier than Homo sapiens, with broad chests and powerful muscles. Think of a champion weightlifter's build. Their most distinct feature was their face, a prominent brow ridge, a large nose, and a receding chin. That big nose was probably great for warming up frigid air before it hit their lungs. But it's their culture that's truly fascinating. We used to think art and symbolic thought were unique to us. Not anymore. Archaeologists have found evidence that Neanderthals used pigments, possibly for body paint. They collected eagle talons and unique shells to make jewelry. This wasn't just about survival. It was about expression, about identity. It shows a level of abstract thinking we once thought was exclusively ours. And they weren't just lone wolves. They lived in small family groups, cared for their sick and elderly, and buried their dead with intention. We found Neanderthal skeletons with healed injuries so severe they would have been fatal without help. This tells us they had empathy and strong social bonds. They looked out for each other, just like we do. They were also incredible hunters and tool makers. Their signature technology, the Mousterian toolkit, included sophisticated stone-tipped spears, scrapers, and hand axes. They were apex predators, strategically hunting large game like bison, deer, and even those massive mammoths. This required complex planning, communication, and teamwork. So, if Neanderthals were so successful, where did they go? About 40,000 years ago, they disappeared from the fossil record. This is one of the biggest mysteries in human evolution. Around the same time, my ancestors and yours, Homo sapiens, were expanding out of Africa and into Neanderthal territories in Europe and Asia. The leading theory isn't a dramatic, violent takeover. Instead, it was likely a combination of factors. Climate change might have put pressure on their food sources. Maybe our ancestors, who lived in larger social networks, had a competitive edge in sharing resources and information. And perhaps the most intriguing part, we didn't just replace them. We met them, we interacted with them, and yes, we interbred. That's right. If you have ancestry from outside of Africa, you likely have a small percentage of Neanderthal DNA in your genome. Modern genetic sequencing has proven it. Those ancient encounters left a lasting legacy inside of us. Some of that DNA might influence things like our immune system, our hair, and even our skin's response to sunlight. So, in a way, Neanderthals never truly vanished. A small piece of them lives on in billions of humans today. Thinking about this shared past is incredible. It reminds us that our human story is not a simple straight line, but a rich, branching tree with fascinating relatives we're only just beginning to understand. The world was once home to different kinds of people, and their story is a vital part of our own. It makes you wonder what other secrets are still buried, waiting to be discovered. Thanks so much for exploring the world of the Neanderthals with me. If you enjoyed this journey back in time, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures into our shared human history. See you next time.